Shabbos, Parshas Bo, Klal Yisrael finally experienced the last three Makkahs, Bays, and Aleph, 2 and 1. You got the last three, and they're ready to go out. With Makkahs B'chayres, the pasuk says that every B'char died, every B'char without exception. Besides B'para, maybe everyone died. Including, says the pasuk, Dafka points out that the Shvuyim, the captives of Mitzrayim, they're not even Egyptians. Some Moiri guy was caught in battle 10 years earlier, is languishing in prison. His Bechar dies too. Mapito. What does he do? He wasn't an Egyptian. Why does he deserve to die? Why are the Makkahs hitting the prisoners? So Rashi gives two answers. One of the answers is that they were all besimcha when the Jews were getting punished, when the Jews were enslaved, so they had it coming too. Second reason is that we don't want the Amorites or whatever idol worshippers are in prison to think, oh, this is my God trying to get me out. Nothing to do with you. It's all about the Jewish God. Your guys are dying too. Okay. The Maisa, there are two reasons Rashi's bringing down that someone would be killed in Makkahs B'chayres, even though they're not Egyptian. Two reasons. Either because they were happy that the Jews were dying, or it would look like their God is doing it. The Jews didn't have either of those, right? So the Jews weren't dying in Makkahs B'chayres. They weren't happy that the Jews were dying, and they weren't acclaiming it all to another God. No. So why do they need to be spritzing the blood around their doorposts? Saying, no, don't come in here. There's no Makkahs B'chayres by them. The rules don't apply to them. Okay, so you could talk Kabbalistically, the Gemara talks about how the Malcham Avos had free reign that night. It was dangerous. Okay. The Maisa, they shouldn't have been affected by it, just by the rules of Makkahs B'chayres. So the answer is that the blood wasn't for the Malcham Avos. He knows who's a Jew, he knows who's not a Jew. He's smart enough, he's been doing it for long enough. The blood is for us. The blood is letting us know you're not them. So you're coming out because you held on to your white shirts and your strangler. You're going out because you stuck with Yankel instead of Joe, whatever the English of Yankel is. You talk like a Yid. You look like a Yid. You act like a Yid. You're a Yid. You're different. You're different. You're different. If you remember you're different, you'll go out. And the blood was a border put up by the door to show that, look, what's happening out there is out there. It's happening in here. This is a Jewish situation. And that's not why. It was that Hakara that saved them from all the Makkahs. That brought about the Makkahs on the Egyptians. That brought about our Yitzhak Mitzrayim. Or you could say, Sam Rebbe says, that was what brought about the Yitzias Mitzrayim from us. All the Egyptianness was able to be extracted because we never fully succumbed to the culture. Jews are different. We're built different. We're long-lasting, stable, durable material. We're not junk. We're tough people. Yitzchak David Grossman has a wallet with a story. It's a crazy story. One of the German prime ministers, one of the parliament members over there, one of the officials, he came over to a Knesset member with a wallet and said, "This is for you. My father just died, and he gave this to me to give to you." What is it? He said, "My father was a Nazi colonel general, well decorated in the Nazi Machshemom in their army, and he was part of one of these chevra that were going around and destroying and pillaging and destroying things. And they took down a shul, one of the many, many gorgeous shuls in Europe that were demolished. And he said that they were throwing around these scrolls, and this Nazi general commander found a scroll. He felt it, and he saw there's some good material. He cut out a piece, and he made a wallet out of it. And in this wallet, he kept his insignia, his Nazi insignia, his medallions. It's hard to think about. A piece of a Sefer Torah. It's Geschmack Klaf. He said, my father just died, and he gave me this wallet. And whatever charata Nazi can have, he had. And he said, give this to the holiest Jew in Israel. Okay, my father's dying request. He said, he gave it to the Knesset member, said, you could do this for me? You got it. So, it's David, you're the holiest man I know. Here you go. He puts it down on the desk. Like, how do you even handle such a thing? And David looks at this wallet and he sees that the guy, that the Nazi Machshamoy cut out of the Sefer Torah from Parshas Bo then when we have all the Teichacha, and he cut out the beginning of the next parasha, Ten Mitzvot Mayoim Kulchem. Mamash a message. Mamash a message. Like, you got broken and beaten, and Teichacha is not fun. But at Ten Mitzvot Mayoim Kulchem, Rashi says, you survived, you thrived. I just heard from Newman that his perspective on the Holocaust, a few generations later, we can't, we're very not in touch. But the way it had struck him is that, if we could pull out of Hitler, out of Gehenna, and yank him down into this world just for a few minutes, and schlep him through the streets of Borough Park and Flatbush and Lakewood and Yerushalayim, and thousands of buses of Cheder Kinderlach who are going to Yeshiva every day to learn Torah, to learn about the B'nai Shloim, to learn what it means to be a decent human being, to be a good Yid. He said, that's his Gehenna. You did nothing to us. You squeezed us. You are our Teichacha, but Mitzrayim squeezed us. It was every goal is wrapped up in one. But we came out of that because we're different. You're on that side, I'm on this side. And that blood was for us to remember that we're different. May we be Zeicha Be'ezer Hashem to appreciate how sweet it is to be different. Baruch Hashem, that anti-Semitism helps us. But if even when anti-Semitism dies down, just remember you are so much bigger and better and more. You have so much more you can do. Do not stoop. You are not one of them. You are more. There's more you can do, and there's more therefore that to do. Be'ez Hashem, we should be zeicha to reach out to our potential and appreciate ourselves as you did.